On this day in history, May 30th, 70 AD, during the siege of Jerusalem, Titus and his Roman legions breached the second wall of Jerusalem. Jewish defenders retreat to the first wall. The Romans build a circumvallation, cutting down all trees within 15 kilometers, or 9.3 miles. Included in the following is an excerpt from the 1944 edition of the Encyclopedia Britannica, going over Jerusalem during the times of Titus and Hadrian. The Romans would not allow the work to continue, and when Titus besieged Jerusalem in 70, the wall was not complete. Titus, attacking from the north, captured successively the third and second walls, Antonia, the temple, and the upper city. It is probable that his orders for the complete destruction of the temple and fortifications, with the exception of the three towers, were not carried out. The Roman garrison which he left remained at Jerusalem until the Jewish War of Freedom under Bar Kokhba in 132. Following the defeat of the Jews, Jerusalem was devastated more completely than by Titus. The site was plowed over and a new city, Aelia Capitolina, so called in honor of Aelius Hadrianus, was built over the ruins. From this, Jews were excluded. But Christians, who had not sided with the Jews, might enter. Temples were dedicated to Bacchus, Venus, and Serapis, and over the former sanctuary a shrine of Jupiter Capitolinus was reared. A boar, the symbol of the 10th Legion, was placed over the southern gate. Other buildings now constructed were the theatre, the Demosia, the Tetranymphon, the Dodecapelon, and the Kodra. For 2 centuries little is known of Jerusalem. In 326, Constantine ordered Bishop Macarius to recover the sites of the crucifixion and the burial of Jesus. 2 great churches were built, one of which, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, stood where its present namesake stands. Of the Basilica of the Cross no trace remains. In 460, the Empress Eudocia repaired the walls and extended them so as to include Siloam, building also churches. Of these, one, above the Siloam pool, was recovered by F.J. Bliss. Another, over the reputed tomb of Stephen, north of the Damascus Gate, was recovered in 1874. Justinian's Basilica, with adjacent hospitals for the sick and for pilgrims, built in the 6th century, is described by Procopius. This building probably occupied the so-called Tomb of David. In 614, Khosrow II of Persia captured Jerusalem and damaged many buildings, including the Church of the Sepulchre. Heraclius defeated Khosrow and re-entered Jerusalem in 629. In 637, Omar ousted the Romans, but was careful not to harm the city. He built a wooden mosque, which the Caliph Abdul Malik rebuilt in 688. The mosque is El-Aqsa. Abdul Malik also constructed the Dome of the Rock, Qubet-es-Sakar, or Mosque of Omar. In 1099, the Crusaders under Godfrey of Bouillon entered Jerusalem, and a terrible carnage ensued. Jerusalem became the capital of the Latin Kingdom, until Saladin reconquered it in 1187, and repaired the walls. Soon after 1167, Benjamin of Tudela visited Jerusalem and left a description of the city in his itinerary. Excepting from 1229 to 39 and 1243 to 44, Jerusalem remained in Muslim hands until its capture, in 1917, by Allenby. In 1517, Salim I of Turkey took Jerusalem from the Egyptians. The present configuration of the walls is due to him. As a result of the World War, Jerusalem is the capital of Palestine, a mandated territory of the British Empire.